Hi. Hi, everybody. Today, I did something unimaginable. Actually, it's quite normal for me. I frequently switch from operating system to operating system. So I did that yesterday as well. I switched from Windows back to Linux. And I switched switch because Windows got a bit boring to me, so they were forcing their own, products onto me. Even though I do own some other products like Office Professional, they were forcing Office 365, then they're forcing Edge, then they're forcing Bing and the new AI thing on Bing and so on. And their Bing is very cluttered, and overall my experience was not bad. I wouldn't say it's bad. It was just becoming really, how to put it, annoying, right? So that's why I switched to Linux, and yesterday I spent basically entire evening and half of night configuring the system. I had problems with my Vim configuration, and I had to restart the configuration of Vim several times. I actually at one point almost gave up on Vim and just installed CLion, which is somewhere actually installed on the system, but it's not in start menu. It looks like I have it somewhere in here. It doesn't matter. And the reason was because I couldn't get the GitHub Copilot working with it. I quite like the thing. I'm paying subscription, so why not have it even in Vim? On Windows I had it, but now I can't make it work anymore with Linux. I think the problem is with just the plugin. There's a syntax error of some kind in there, so I hope that the routers will fix that. We'll fix that soon. But otherwise my experience was good. So the few usual downside with Linux, right, is that you don't have Outlook, you don't have OneNote, but I did found replacements for that. So instead of Outlook, I'm just using webmail, and instead of OneNote, I'm using Journal PP. I think that's how you should pronounce it. So we need to convert the code that we wrote up until now so that it can compile and work on Linux. I've already checked out the project, so I have all the libraries in here, so the sources of the libraries, and I have all our code that we wrote for Windows. As you can see, there's a Win32 Pacman C here, which is yeah, there's obviously problems. So now we have this LSP language server protocol with clangd, which is displaying me errors real time. This will help me a lot because I'm not a strong typist, so I usually make some typos and so on, and this can immediately warn me that that there's a problem, which will be a huge help. However, yeah, we don't have the GitHub Copilot anymore. On Windows, I was using just manually written make files, and that was nice. It was kind of working, but the system, all the libraries here, they are pushing cmake onto us, right? Cmake. So let's say glfw has cmake, OpenAL, and even I wrote in GLAD cmake lists. And if you take a look at most of the libraries, if we will use any, they will probably have support for cmake. that's why I did decide in the end that I am gonna also switch to cmake. There's also compatibility with most modern IDEs, right? They will all support Visual Studio, support cmake, CLive, cmake only. You cannot even do anything without cmake. Plus, you know, I was still waging for cmake, against cmake, but when I found out that cmake will automatically generate this commands.json, which is required for proper LSP support in LVIM, right? I just decided, okay, finally let's go with cmake. Anyway, we need to completely remove all this Windows specific stuff, like this, for example. So Linux is never gonna be called .exe and so on. So yeah, let's go with that, right? So first thing, we just need to do something simple. We need to write a global cmake file, and I'm still getting used to this new Vim. This is Lunar Vim, if you're interested. It's really good configuration, but it's not, doesn't have the same key bindings as the NVChat had, which I used on Windows, so I kind of can get a bit confused with him. So we need to make global cmake lists. Cmake lists.the text file, and let's edit that, and it's cmake. I think it's always starting with cmake minimum required, and we say version. Let's quickly check which version are we. Cmake version. It's 3.22. What I will say, probably 3.20. 3.20. And the project name, I call this path to Quake. That's my crazy idea, is that one day I will get from Pac-Man to Quake, and I will stream everything. We will see. I think it's possible actually, but it's gonna be really difficult. And now I want to add my libraries, which are all cmake enabled, right? So what we have, subdirectory. It's in the libraries, sources, right? And we have GLAD, GLAD, add subdirectory, libraries, sources, GLFV, add subdirectory, libraries, sources, OpenALSoft. And that's it. That's our first file. Just a second, I must apologize. It's my daughter something, so there's a problem with her. Oh, so sorry. My daughter, her phone got locked. So I need to unlock it. I don't understand why the phone got locked. I have her under control, you know, we are family. So I worry, okay. We add this. Yep. That's the subdirectories, right? And yeah, I believe that's gonna be just fine for first run. And what I want to do now is What is the shortcut to make a directory? Is it capital A? No, I think it's just A and then scripts. I'll just write scripts. So I created a directory scripts, and in this directory I will create a generate build files, and we want to I think we want to select in there what kind of build we want, so it will be debug, right? Generate, what should the script name be? Generate debug build. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm gonna make that a shell script, right? Generate debug. It's a bit actually again debug build. Actually, let me show. Let's see something. So search cmake, right? Yeah. Oh, come on, that's just stupid. That's just rotten. Like in that buffer on site. cmake generate build system. Generate build. That's what they call it, a build system, right? And then we have a build project, right? And how do I select release or debug? I can't find out that from man pages, so I guess I need to ask Google, or that is DuckDuckGo. Cmake generate debug system. I think it's cmake build type, right? Makes sense for single target generators. Okay. So I guess it will just be, I think it's the cmake build type to select the, let's see that. Okay, so if I say cmake, what's the syntax? sm cmake, right? And yeah, I want to put cmake, cmake, what are the options? Next. Off. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be cmake, cmake build type. So I want to work with debug first. So I debug, and then I can say actually s path to source like this, and build. It's gonna be what? Build debug, right? That's actually a good error. You're running version 3.22. So what happened? find files. It's a cmake list text in GLAD right here, and let's change that to 320. And let's try it again. That seems to be fine, and now we can build it. And that should be it, right? Let's see, cmake build, and build, it's built debug, right? Why is this so fast? Why is there something wrong? Can I clean it? Okay, so I guess build. That shouldn't be so fast, right? But it is definitely built debug, and a command I want to pass. Okay, and now let's try it. Yeah, okay, yeah, I did some test run before, so the files were already generated, so it's smart enough to figure this out, right? So I'm building now I'm building it now. OpenAL is building slowly because that's the project written in C++. They always overcomplicate stuff in C++ projects. That's probably why it's quite slow. No, in my professional day-to-day work, I work with Java, and I see also that all the time. So overcomplication or over-engineering, as we call it, will lead to very terrible code. Terrible code. Okay. Okay. Anyway, I can quit this. What's the, yeah, okay, I can quit that one. And what was I doing? I wanted to create a script that does that automatically for me, right? So it's gonna be a script, generate build system. It's gonna be sh for script, right? Gen debug. Yeah, debug. Should I put debug before? No, gen debug build system. Build system sh. And let's do that thingy that Linux likes. This, and just simply copy the commands that we used before. Yeah, this is the command, right? And I can't copy. That's something incredible. I don't have clipboard set up yet. The cmake. build type is debug s b, it's build debug. Okay, and that's it, right? So we should echo, we should run this script from root, from project root. Can we somehow ensure that the script is executed only from them? Let's make this noticeable, right? Can I do now? That's dot. No, I can't. What a feature. Okay, and can we somehow? Let me see. I'm gonna ask Google about that. So, not Google. I always say Google, but it's it is after all just a stack or okay. So I'm gonna ask. We can check if I'm running this from root directory, then I can check for an existence of a file, right? And if the file doesn't exist, then I guess bash shell script check if file exists in path, right? In shell script. So what do I expect to be in that root directory? So I have cmake lists, I can check that. I can actually maybe better check so set check file, check file is dot something scripts gen debug file system as check debug build system, not file system, right? Shall this work? How do I exit from script? I'm not good at writing the scripts, obviously. Bus shell script exit. Continue. Oh my god. What is this? Is bad page code father. That's code stack overflow exit. Accept all cookies. Don't ask me again. Exit one. Okay. I should have thought it's something simple. So if bracket e check file, right? Let's see that. So X says I remember that the operator will works X as check file. And then I need to write what then. Echo you are not in the project root directory. And finally exit one, and think, what is it? FI, right? FI. Okay. So if I now mess it up, let's see. If I go in there, in the script, right? And I need to make it executable, right? Again debug build system page. I'm not sure how to set up variables in this shell script. But like path in a variable. Okay. Let's see if that works. Cool. So now we say scripts gen debug build system sh. Yes, that works. Okay, cool. Haha. I'm so excited. I like these things. Let's go in here, and we want to make build. What build? Build debug build, or it's a build debug, right? Build debug. Yeah, build debug, right? Yeah, build debug as h, and again it's thingy. And buffers. Let's split this out. Split. And yeah, I need to focus. Yank actually. Let's do this yank. Control go back. Buffer next. P. Okay, you are not in the project root directory, so this will be our defensive check all the time. And what was it that sm cmake? What was the command? Cmake build and directory, right? That's it. That there's no other options. That's what we were also using here. See, cmake build. Yeah, that's it. migrate build debug and nothing else. That's I kind of feel I am missing something and I can't make out what. Advantage, right? I will. There's a cool thing in this. You can say buffers, and then you can say H close all to the left. That's quite cool. And I can close this window, right? Okay. Go here and make it executable. Scripts build debug, right? Now I can start it from there. Scripts build debug. Yeah. How can I? I will make another script called clean. Sounds reasonable. Clean debug, right? So I can just copy and paste with rename. Clean. And it's gonna be, yes, I am calling, but I'm saying it's clean. And now this checking if this is now also executable because I made a copy. Yes, it is. And if I run it, scripts clean debug, it did something. And now if I do build debug again, it will do something again. Cool. Okay. Let's wait. Version witness. What's that? Oh, that's something from OpenAI. Look at that. I wonder, do I have manual for each cmake build. No. Okay, I'm not gonna use cmake so much. It's just gonna probably be for this session, and then once we do all these files that we need, it's probably just gonna be okay, right? Okay. Let's see, I have a strong suspicion that our README will soon be very outdated, contains all the dependencies. Yep, this one is definitely no longer true. And then scripts are looking fine now. That's okay. So what we need to do now, our next step is obviously to modify all our to add our games. Right? Currently we have only a half of a 10% of a game, but it is our game, right? So it's that subdirectory games Pac-Man, right? Okay, and in there we need to add another cmake lists. So that's how these things work, right? BB PN. And now again cmake minimum required version 3.25. We don't just got blocked. He doesn't want to work. Okay, I'm having caps lock turned on and he's searching for identifier. At least on Windows that was better on Windows because I was warned if I do a type on caps lock, you know, instead of shift or tab, I press caps lock. Windows would put that big thing there somewhere. Caps lock on. And we don't need to do project here, but we do need to, I think this is useful, cmake standard 17, right? Okay. I also want to copy some stuff from what was it? Okay, Spacman. Make file, right? We need the defines. How do I do defines in cmake? I forgot. Cmake specify defines. Add definitions. I think it's target compile. Target compile definitions, right? Yeah. So I will if I know about that one sample, definite cmake sample. Oh. Most simple but complete cmake example. That this is necessary cookies only then. How do you define a variable? I think it's just set, right? I'll move this to my other screen so I can have it opened talking on stream. Set. So, okay. Let's do this. Set sources. I have only one source. It's called Win32 Pacman C. Okay, set defines. I have only the debug. What else do I have? Includes and LD flags I won't need now. Compile flags, how do I set that? Is it target compile flags? Target compile options. set, I'll get back to that. Set, what is it, executor, exec name, do I need to make them strings? People do make them strings. Begin. There's a plugin, I'm certain, that can just surround stuff with you. Cmake target warning level treat warnings as errors. That's what I had. Okay, again. Accept. I in incognito mode. Oh. How do I figure out if this is... No, private is completely different, right? So they have a... sorry. I don't understand why he's not seeing. I accepted the cookies like 5 times already. Okay, so set cmake, set property target, compile warnings, error on. Yeah. So add executable. So it's exec name. Actually, I'm thinking probably game name is better name, right? I'll change what game name. And append. So go with that. What? I just need to give them sources, right? There's only one source file. Then we will say target set property. Yes. Let's see that. There's a Stack Overflow is saying set property. Don't. Target set property. But I don't like that. I like these definitions more. Set target properties. Looking at this. Set target properties. So what's the syntax again? Properties compile warnings, warning as error. Compile warning as error on. Okay. Right, so the idea behind it's not actually target set properties, it's just cool. It's again, I can have like a what other properties do I want? Cmake. What did I have here? We all V extra. DuckDuckGo. Oh, look at this answer. Let's see this. Cmake cxx flag. Just a second, sorry. Google has some pretty stupid software, I must say. Okay. So that's really this is really idiotic way. So there's no. That's not. That can be correct. I mean, why would that be? What is this thing? That's not good. cmake cxx flash set. Okay, target compile options. V error, V all, V extra. Yeah, that's actually best way to do it. I really don't like what they were forcing. Target compile options. So I have VLV extra V error and just need to change word game name. I'm closing up some windows. I need to find something on some other Firefox, and it's just impossible because this is a really stupid system that I can't see from here what the other windows are. It's just I don't understand it. Like we can do it like this if you need other window, right? Okay. So that should work. So we have defines debug target compile options. Again, look at this. Look at this. Target compile definitions. Cmake. Just, I'm thinking it's not a lot, right? So I probably don't need to define them in here. I need to pass in something like public, but I'm gonna have private. It's the debug. Okay. What else do I have? That's it. And target link libraries. Game name is private again. Private. Glad glfv and open al, which must be spelled like this. I know. It must be spelled like that. So if you spell it in any other case like this, it won't work. Because then he will say, yeah, I can't find that thing for you. He will literally say that. So you need to spell it like this. Let's close this window. So, okay. So what was it? It was scripts gen debug build system. Okay. Yeah. It's 320, not 325. But gen clean debug, you know that. Where's my scripts? Gen debug build system. Yes, it's working. It's working. And now all I need to do now is write do scripts build debug. Cool. We're waiting a bit, sorry. And this is where we actually expected it. Okay, so the build is working, but there is we need to obviously make it, yeah. Let's see, cmake lists. This make file debug. We don't need that anymore. Yes, remove it. This, we don't need this, was a relative from Windows as well. So cmake list is here, Win32 Pacman. Win32 Pacman will become Lin Pacman. You know, I wonder how he knows. Oh yeah, I already did a test before this, so build games, right? So there's a build. We have these compile commands, JSON, which is actually a link to this file here. And if I delete this, yes, you will quickly realize that your LSP, I need to restart LSP restart. Yeah, it then doesn't work. But if you link that in, so the clangd for some reason expects to see compile commands JSON file in build directory, right? So you need to, but the cmake is putting it here into these compile commands. And I don't remember that I have ever told him to do that. So this must have been from my previous attempt. Okay. Which I have on another branch. So I should delete it and just yeah, delete it. Build debug yes, commands. Okay, and now if I restart restart, yeah, definitely not. Definitely, there's definitely nothing now. Now I can, I think for each project I can specify. So set cmake. How did I do that? So for each project, export compile commands. Trying to use blah blah blah. Specify generator like this. Cmake export compile commands on. Let's actually use the definition from command line. So it's just this, right? So he's suggesting setting it in the cmake lists. Yeah. But I'll set it on the level of our build script, because we have the build script. So the one that generates the debug build system, right? Shift insert, export compile commands equals to, and do I need to do anything else? Yes, I would like to ln. So first thing, my current working directory is, how do they do that? pvd, right? That's it. Or s $pvd, something like that. And we can then say that what's the name? That's the name. It's pvd. So what do I need? I forgot what do I need. I'm a bit tired already. So we have pvd, which is our current working directory, and we want to link. Yeah, that's what I was doing. So it was in, how do you do that? Our pvd build compile. I want it in the build, right? Compile commands.json, but he will have it in build debug compile commands.json, and you can't have it without full path. Yeah, it must be with full path. So let's see. I want to be silent if he already exists, right? Be like backup, but does not. P physical, S symbolic, it must be small s. Force remove existing destination files. Let's just not do that yet. Is there kind of silent? So it's small s, right? Places. And okay, what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna clean remove everything from build, and then gen debug build system, and then I will create our do the build. So that rmrf dot build, completely everything. There's nothing in there anymore. Then I do scripts gen debug build system. Yeah. Okay, and this is now looking for a bunch of stuff. Fine. Now scripts build debug build everything. Let's wait a bit. They have a warning in ring buffer in OpenALSoft. Let's see if our ln command actually works. It should work. And if it works, I can put F there, right? lnsf. So that will mean make a symbolic link, and if it's already existing, just kind of I actually, where are we now? It should be in here, right? ALL that built, right? That directory built. didn't link it right. So let's do this again. Ellen failed to create symbolic link. Build debug compile commands JSON file exists. Ah, I see. I've messed it up. It should be the other way around, right? Is it the other way around? Commands. Yeah, it's I guess it's the other way around then. Space stop. Paste. It's that. Should probably be it. How do I? How do I do this part again? So it's because he didn't show PVD at all, so he didn't see it because it's not PVD, it's CVD. Oh my god, change word CVD. Okay. Who is linking to who now? Compile commands. JSON. Yeah, I knew it. It was the other way around. Right. So I've created a link. Build debug compile commands. Oh, I'm so lucky because that file doesn't exist, right? Compile commands. I have two M's, but link the file that exists. Make a link, right? So let's see that's. No, that's correct, right? Too. And if I go into build, LNS test JSON to debug command compile commands JSON. think it needs to be full path. That's just that. In which path are we? Code path to quick. From a force test JSON. Well, cat test JSON. LL. From a force test. It's the first one who needs to be full path. So what was the command again? I can't remember that. So it's the file that exists with full path. First command. And on the second, we don't need to have like this full path, but we specify the name, right? And now, if I do this, so now in here there's nothing, right? It's commands that I remove. And I was wrong, so it's commands with 2M here. I was wrong because I was deconcentrated, obviously. And now I can do scripts again, debug build system, and my build contains this compile command JSON, which is needed for the LSP to work properly. Okay, we fixed that. I am having some issues with the stream. Let's see. $10.46 is just 1 second of issue. I guess it's fine now. Okay, and now I can, if I do this command again, right, then I will get now a warning, but now if I push that F flag, right, what will that do? Hope nothing bad. Hope we won't break everything. Okay, let's just see build. Yeah, it's in here and I can see the content of it. Compile commands JSON. There's a lot of stuff. I hope there's a lot of CPP files here. I hope that won't break the what's the name, LSP. Okay, so I believe that part is done, and if I now go here and say LSP restart, right, I am actually now correctly rendering everything. Obviously I don't have Windows H on Linux. So now my next thing that I need to do is, let me see, we did the cmake, right? It's converted. Now it's time to make it work on Linux, and for that I will not maintain Windows version anymore, so I will just rename this guy to Lin Pacman. I will remove Windows here. I will also remove calls to Windows functions that I did for main. It's easy, you see that's a problem. There's no more time get period, and there's a time end period. And in here I will do a lean sleep like that. Should call it maybe just, what should I call it? Platform sleep. I call it platform sleep. Platform sleep. And it takes that time. Okay. Call to undeclared function platform sleep. How are we gonna implement it? So on Windows we had sleep function which was taking milliseconds, the word. On Linux, the closest function I could remember of was nanosleep. And thanks to my brand new editor, I do have a man page for nanosleep. I mean, I have man pages installed on my computer, obviously. It's just, I kind of fancy this approach. And let's do a full screen console just to completely show off the power of Lunar Vim. So we need to include time h, and we need to pass in the struct time spec and struct time spec rem m. So what's the rem? Writes the remaining time if the call is interrupted by a signal handler, returns -1, sets error number to a inter, writes the remaining time to the structure pointed to by rem unless rem is null. So if we were interrupted, we will get error back. I see. Do I want to handle that case? I guess probably. So anyway, should probably copy this thing. I need that. And it's time h, right? Okay, quit, go up. So where do we include that? Somewhere here, I guess. Maybe top of everything. So that's kind of platform stuff, right? Say note platform. Linux in this case includes. So we have include time h, and that's it. That's our currently only single include. And should I inline it or not? Let's not do it. It's not. So I will put in here static void. What was it? Platform sleep, and if I remember correctly, it was taking float time that it needs to sleep, right? And now we can paste in that structure. How do I format it back? Okay. So this thing takes TV nanos. Okay, so that's the seconds. That's the nanoseconds. So struct time spec ts. I think I can initialize it to 0 first, just to be safe. ts tv. I will need, what I want to do here is tvsec is so I'm getting time in seconds actually. It's gonna be time over 1, but how many nanoseconds in seconds we have? Billion. All right, so that's a million, and here is a billion. And TS, TV, and sec is the remainder, right? Should this be float? Yeah, this must be float, and everything together must be converted to, what is it, time t. And this guy must be converted to long, and it's gonna be time percent. Just a second, what am I doing? So I'm getting time in seconds. So I just need to convert float to time t here. Jesus Christ. Right? And that's it. So I will get the value, usually something like, what is it? 0.0166666. That's my value, right? Okay. Oh, I know what I can do. I can first convert everything to nanoseconds, right? Do like something like win 6040 nanos. Nanos is so conversion to in 64, and it's gonna be time times a million, billion. I'll call this nanos in second, and let's do it like that. This guy, I will define nanos in second to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Should I define this as it's just integer? Okay. Win 64. Okay. So that's it, and then I can say unused variable ts tv sec is nanos over nanos in second, and ts tv and sec is nanos over a percent nanos in second, and that's conversion. And now I say nanoslip add ts and null, because I don't care about the remainder. Struct times spec incompatible pointer types passing struct times spec to a parameter of type const struct times spec. Shouldn't be a problem. That's because I declared struct. Okay, and that's it. I believe this will now run. One thingy here is cmake lists in pacman. They need to be changed so that we have other source, right? Change till and BBB. And that's it. I'm really hoping that this will work. Back. What we had before, right? So it's scripts build debug LT undefined reference to calculate ortho projection. Oh yeah, okay. So that is in, where is that? That's in my game mat, right? Game mat. And the problem appears to be that this is not declared. I have a problem with this if defs, right? So he doesn't comprehend them. LSP doesn't see that this is actually defined from main file. So it's gonna be interesting. I will probably reverse this to if not def, no impl, for example, right? Yeah, and then I will usually see the code properly, right? But or maybe let's actually do that now. So it's gonna be if not def, it's gonna be change dollar game mat no if def game mat definitions, if not def game mat no defs. Right. The so C declaration versus definition. Declaration is just in header, but I want to make sure. Set all cookies. A declaration introduces an identifier and describes its type. Definition actually instantiates or implements it, right? So if I define game mat no defs, to compile definitions are compiled automatically from this file. If you want to define game mat no defs if you don't want definitions. Header file also contains definitions which are automatically compiled, which are included if you want only declarations. Define, what is it? Game mat no defs before inclusion. Before include. I don't know why, but Vim is very slow rendering these italic comments. Look how slow he goes. Space C, and if I, what's the name? Okay, right. there's currently a problem with that, you see. Just change this to game. Not devs. That's it. So I'll fix that for other files as well. Buffers jump L. So we don't then do this, that we want to implement it, we will just so I'll save now and gd define input have no devs before include if the file if you do not want definitions only declarations. Okay. What did I do for graphics? Game mat, right? How did I call game mat? No devs. Okay, then it will be no devs without H. No devs. Not dev. Okay. So this now right, everything, and if I go back to that game mat thing, right? Is it faster now? No, it still has a lot of problems with rendering. Not sure why. It's definitely not. Is it because of this? The times is itself. It's just a bunch of more text for a font that is not happy, I guess, being rendered in such configuration. Let me try. I guess he just doesn't want to be rendered like that, right? That's a lot of text. I'll handle that for the next session. I don't want to spend a bunch of time investigating this. Technology never works properly. So I should just get used to that and continue with my life and not going all crazy about this. Okay, so where do I have error? Oh, okay, so there's another GL graphics, right? GL graphics where I have again problems with rendering to pull in. DS to have only declarations. You need to specify geographics. No defs before including the file. Okay. Def geographics. No defs. That's it. I guess I can press % now back. This, yeah. Oof. Was close, and this one is no longer displaying any errors, so I've included them. There are they should be inline. I should rename these files to inline.enl. Let's see. To do, should this be should not here. So in this one, so let's see input gd, yeah, but this guy doesn't have any implementation. What, he has? Nothing. That's a lie. Okay, that one can go here. Note these are inline headers that also contain declaration definitions. So we should maybe rename them to .enl. We'll see. We'll see. Okie dokie. And finally, let's build it. Scripts build debug. And finally, we can actually, I believe, run the game. Debug games. I was already like, where is my Pac-Man? And it works. Yes, yes, our beautiful game. Beautiful game. Look at this. We can render quotes and in 3 colors, 4 colors if you count black. Amazing. But what is amazing that except for all the system setup with cmake, so I didn't actually have to do a lot to convert from Windows to Linux. I mean, there's that's because we are already using, you know, platform independent libraries usually. Usually we would not have such a good time if we would have like a Win32 code directly in there, and then we create Windows with GDI and so on. And if we were using like direct sound and direct input and things like that, and then move that to Linux, yeah, okay, you'll have more coding. We did use only, basically thanks to these cross-platform libraries, we used only 3 functions from Windows, and we were very we've converted them very easily. So that's what happened. Get gamepad support. Yeah, okay. We have still stuff to do in the future. So next time, I guess I'm gonna talk about projection matrix and scaling factors. We have a bug in our program, but we don't even see it at the moment. That's why we need to investigate a bug, and I will demonstrate it in the next stream. And maybe we will even be able to fix it. I need to, what's currently bothering me the most is that I need to figure out why that game mat, if you go into file, game mat, why is this breaking? Do I really need to use other font because this font doesn't support italic rendering? Or what? Okay, so save. Right, this one. Right down. Thank you, cmake. Cmake vi. One other thing. Let's see what our git status is saying. Modified. He wants to upload build and caches. So build is our and we won't allow him to do that, right? So we will change the git ignore. We don't have this being an object anymore, right? That now we have built, and there is some kind of cache somewhere. Let's see if that fixed the problem. So modified libraries readme, modified library source glut, scripts. Yeah, it looks fine. Git add, commit them. Migration tooling, migrate, change, use cmake as build system generator, and convert, and how do they save it? Port pack, port code to work on Linux, that's it. Git push origin master. I'm happy with today's task, but we need to finish now. So I'll see you next time.